Hello YouTube, welcome back to another filming myself in the dark video and talking in front of a camera. And even though I wasn't scheduled tonight, I just kind of stayed awake all night anyways. I mean, I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, so I just stayed awake. And anyways, what I'm gonna talk about today is a pro tip for maximizing efficiency. See, when in a fast paced, physically demanding work environment, literally every second counts. And tonight I wasn't scheduled, but I mean, I was kind of just staying awake all night, anyways, because I'm becoming more accustomed to that. I'm thinking that aspect of it is probably what I'm going to be having trouble adapting to, because I used to work full time at a distribution center for Eastbay before they closed down, of course, from 2014 to 2017. So I know what that type of work is like. And I get that Amazon and Eastbay's been closed down for a while now, by the way. The one here, I don't know if they have other locations, but the one here in this town was closed down for a while. For all I know, that could have been the only one. I was working at the distribution center located at 500 North 72nd Ave in Wausau. As of right now, that building has been for lease. But at one point, it used to be a distribution center for Eastbay that I used to work at full time, 50 to 60 hours a week for 3 years straight, 2014 to 2017. Representing Eastbay, y'all. I don't even say y'all, but I just did a few times just now. Anyways, that's probably the aspect of the delivery station job that I'm going to be having trouble with, is not the job itself, but the fact that it's staying awake all night. I was kind of hoping that tonight I would be able to sleep, since I have an opportunity to sleep at night because I wasn't scheduled tonight. This is the part about it that's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. And I've worked third shift jobs before, even ones that weren't so difficult, but I still couldn't keep myself awake at night for a prolonged period of time. This is probably the kind of thing that lots of people probably struggle with. Because it's just yeah, I know how to do the job itself, but sleep deprivation over a prolonged period of time is definitely a hindrance for most, if not anyone, even if they have years of relevant experience. But at the same time, I still picked up a few extra shifts for the weekend. They might even give me extra for working on the weekend. Also, I have a dentist appointment coming up pretty soon in a few hours. Got a wisdom tooth that I've been meaning to get fixed. That's why I just had some coffee just now, because I figured since I couldn't sleep and it's only a few more hours before I go into my dentist appointment, I might as well just drink some coffee. That's the part about it that I already know is going to be the challenge. Not the job itself, but staying awake all night. Because the job itself I actually like. But during that time that I worked at a distribution center from 2014 to 2017, full time, 50 to 60 hours a week, throughout that entire time, that one was first shift. So I mean, at least that was daytime hours. But it's all good though. I want to make it work because I need that money, to pay my bills. So I'm gonna give it my all. Staying awake at night though is just Actually, I got some blackout curtains that ironically came from Amazon. Let me show you. There, and there's also over there as well. Because, like, even when I was doing that medical courier job, making deliveries, I feel like I can't even talk right now. Like, making deliveries 5 to 6 nights a week, or maybe it's just 5 nights a week, for like a month and a half, staying awake all night. This is going to be the challenging part about it. I already know. But yeah, like, even with these blackout curtains, I'm still having trouble sleeping during the day. So I'm gonna, because I've already stayed awake all night, and because I'm going in tonight, the next night, and then the next night after that, I'm going to, like, wait for probably the afternoon or evening. By then the coffee should wear off, and I'm not gonna consume any more. I'm just gonna, well, last until then before, you know, something known as sleep drive can build up. In other words, your need or desire to sleep. And then hopefully sleep by like the afternoon or evening. Which would actually be pretty great if that does happen, because then when I do wake up, I'll already have slept. So then I'll be even more ready to work by the time it's like 2:30 in the morning. I hope it works out that way. Otherwise, if I consistently just stay awake, like, that's not gonna work, even though I would really like it to. I'm gonna, like, do everything to make it work, though, because, like, I want to make that money, you know? I need to pay my bills. You know, as far as the job itself, like, if it was, like, the same job, but, like, I mean, then again, you do get to pick your hours, but then there's like a specific range. It's the early morning hours because it's before they load up, before the Autobots roll out and deliver. So yeah, the Autobots need to be ready, and to make them ready, us night dwellers must prepare. Well, for me, depending on your shift, I guess, or whether you get it soon enough. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna make it work, or at least seriously attempt to. You know, like, I would have to, like, get terminated for it to not work, or become, like, completely crazy from sleep deprivation. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. Hopefully. So yeah. Anyways, that's my plan. As far as I think at the beginning I mentioned a pro tip. I don't even remember what that was. I guess this is the aspect of it that I already know is going to be a challenge. It's not the job itself. Well, the hours is what's going to be the challenging part. You know, it's not my first time working for third shift. You know, like the medical courier job, that was driving to Madison back 5 nights a week, third shift. And after like a month and a half, apparently I was batshit crazy and they had to let me go. And I hope that's not the case with this new job because, like, I want to make that money, you know? It does pay pretty good per hour, you know? So I want to keep it. So I hope I can. And Amazon is notorious for having a high turnover rate. according to the all-knowing Google. And maybe this is, I don't know, maybe the reason why. But then again, I'm still pretty confident in my ability to do the job because I've got the work experience, which is, I get that an East Bay distribution center is not exactly the same thing as an Amazon delivery station, although they're both similar in the sense that they're both warehouses. And at the time that I worked at that East Bay distribution center, 2014 to 2017, full time, first shift, the shift itself is what allowed me probably to stay there so much longer because at least I could be like sleeping at nighttime, you know? Yeah. Well, I guess, I don't know. Have a good day. Until the next one. Bye.